So what you usually find is that this game's good. Now it's not good, it's amazing. As you can see, this game's quite sexist. There's lots of girls in it, and you'll usually find that only the monsters are males. You'll usually never find any players who play male characters. So what you usually do in this dungeon is you basically attack people, right? These guys.
Oh what? Oh my god.
And then you draw them. Right? You just ignore them. You run away.
Then you draw them like one of your French baits.
And then you draw them over here. Now you don't draw them physically with pens and pencils. You run up to this guy, right? And then you spam one.
What you usually find is
that you'll only ever press 1 in this game. Well, why is that? Well, 1 is the fastest DPS skill in the game, and what you usually find is that there's nothing that can really top it. Now, what you're finding is that this is all I'm doing. Really, I'm clicking and I'm pressing 1. There's not much to it, I won't lie.
Like every MMO ever.
and basically, you hit these sorcerers. Now you'll run down the stairs here, and you'll go up to these guys, you'll hit them once as well, right? And they'll get angry, so then you run away from them. I'm going to do a bit of buffs here. Now, you don't have to do this. I could have done the whole dungeon without healing, but I'm going to do it anyway, because YOLO swagger. So, we're going to hit these enemies here. Now, what you usually find is that they'll follow you. This guy isn't following me, I'll have to hit him again. Alright, so now what you usually find is that you'll walk up to Odin Ryan over here. Alright, cool. And then you click on him and you spam 1. Now, eventually, everyone around him is going to die. It's just a matter of how much you press 1 and how long you wait. What you'll usually find is that I'll be waiting about less than 10 seconds to kill this guy, but today, of course, is a solar eclipse, so what you usually find is that I can't. Now, we're gonna finish off the rest of these guys by pressing 1 as well. So,
fucking nope.
So now,
I sure do love finding things.
so now we're gonna run down this hallway. He's just gonna stand there, not dying. I don't know why. We're gonna hit him once, several times apparently, because that's how 1 works, and then we're gonna hit them, we're gonna hit this guy too. So we're gonna run up the stairs and go to the other side. Now, what you'll usually find is that the temple will start shaking its foundations. This doesn't mean anything. No one really cares, to be honest. They tried to pretend this game has a story, but no one cares about the story either, so... yeah, all you usually find is that I press 1 again, and these guys die, right? And then we'll run off a bit. So, there'll be this one lone guy here, but we'll just press 1 on him and he'll die. Now, over here, there's this guy who comes out, and what you usually do, what you'll usually find is that you'll press 1 to kill him. Now, his health's going down. That's a good sign that you are pressing 1. Once you confirm that you're pressing 1, what you'll usually find is that you'll win in a couple of seconds. And then you'll notice that after getting all of these cool items that look cool, you wouldn't have... look in the bottom left. Right, you can see that I haven't gained 0.0001% of XP. Now, that's normal. You're not supposed to gain XP. There you go.
Because who would want to do that?
And then, what you usually find is a loading screen here, so... Well, let's wait a bit. So, I'm gonna walk back. Now, as you can see, I don't have any more re-entries. Yeah, I have no more entries, so you're like, wow, that's not very good, I can't go and do it again. Well, you have to wait 2 hours. Now that's starting from 6 AM, so that doesn't mean exactly 2 hours from when you've done it, it means 2 hours from 6 AM. So I can't go back in there, but what I can do is that I can solo this thing called Hell Mode. Now, what does Hell Mode mean? It basically means that I press 2 more often. And what 2 does is give me health regen. And what health regen does is make you have God Mode. Now, God Mode usually helps quite a bit, to be honest. What you usually find is that...
Oh, he said it.
Is that, as you can see, I've got lots of items from this. Now, all of these items are for level 30s and 40s.
So
I
we don't
can't
want them.
use any of this, so what I usually like to do is I click on salvage gear and I salvage it. So, you know, all this cool stuff I salvage. It's not cool, it's like, none of this is better than anything I've ever had, so I'll just, you know. And what you usually find is that the fragments, you'll hit a lot of them. Those are usually quite good. Oh, that was a mistake. And so, and there you go. That's how you do the dungeon. Yeah.
Thank you so much for the tutorial. Like, favorite, subscribe.
Why do I even play this game?
What you'll usually find is that you don't subscribe.
What you usually find is that the music in this game will actually drive you insane. It makes you probably question life, to be honest with you, because every time I hear the song, I just can't do it anymore. And that's the story of this game. To be honest, right? I don't know whether to show you Hell Mode, because every time I press 1 in this game, my brain power deteriorates, and I cannot think of anything anymore. And what you usually find is that